Imagine having eyes that can look forward and backward at the same time. Imagine sitting completely still, barely breathing, blending into the world so perfectly that you almost disappear, and then in less than a blink of an eye, launching a strike so fast it feels unreal. That's not science fiction. That's not a superhero. That's a reptile. And not just any reptile. Today, we're talking about the chameleon, the reptile with nearly 360-degree vision and a lightning-fast tongue. Now, when most people think of chameleons, they think of color changing. But that's only the surface. The real story is deeper. Older. Ancient even. Reptiles have been on this planet for over 300 million years. They survived mass extinctions. They watched dinosaurs rise and fall. They adapted while countless species disappeared. And somewhere in that long evolutionary journey, the chameleon developed one of the most advanced visual systems in the animal kingdom. Let's talk about those eyes. Each eye moves independently. Let that sink in. While one eye scans the sky for predators, the other can focus on a tiny insect crawling on a leaf. No other reptile does this quite like a chameleon. The eyes sit in turret-like sockets, rotating almost completely around. That gives them close to 360-degree vision without moving their body. And in the wild, not moving can mean staying alive. Because movement attracts attention. And attention attracts danger. When a predator is nearby, a chameleon doesn't run. It doesn't roar. It doesn't fight. It freezes. It sways gently like a leaf in the wind. Its body language mimics the branches around it. Evolution didn't make it strong. Evolution made it subtle. Now here's where things get even more fascinating. When a chameleon spots prey, both eyes suddenly lock onto the same target. That independent scanning becomes synchronized precision. The brain calculates distance with incredible accuracy. Muscles tighten. And then it happens. The tongue launches. The speed is shocking. Some chameleons can project their tongue more than twice their body length. And it happens in a fraction of a second. The tongue tip forms a suction-like grip, grabbing insects before they even sense danger. Then it retracts instantly back into the mouth. It's not just fast. It's engineered. Scientists discovered that the tongue works like a biological slingshot. Elastic tissues store energy and release it explosively. It's one of the most powerful feeding mechanisms relative to body size in the animal kingdom. And it evolved not for show but for survival in dense forests where insects move quickly and opportunities disappear in seconds. But the chameleon story doesn't begin with color or speed. It begins with isolation. Most chameleons originate from Madagascar and parts of Africa. Madagascar, in particular, is one of the most biologically unique places on Earth. When species evolve in isolation for millions of years, they develop traits you won't find anywhere else. That's why chameleons look almost alien compared to other lizards. Their feet are shaped like living clamps. 2 toes fused on one side, 3 on the other, gripping branches with perfect balance. Their tails curl tightly around limbs like a safety harness. Everything about them is built for vertical life. And then there's the color. People still believe chameleons change color mainly to blend into backgrounds. Camouflage is part of it, yes. But color is also communication. A bright display can signal dominance. Dark tones can indicate stress. Vibrant patterns can attract a mate. Their skin contains specialized cells called chromatophores, layered with nanocrystals that reflect light in different wavelengths. When the chameleon adjusts those layers, the color shifts. It's physics, not magic. And what makes it even more powerful is that color change can happen quickly. Not as instantly as cartoons suggest, but fast enough to send a message in moments. Chameleons are solitary creatures. They don't form packs. They don't seek companionship. In fact, seeing another chameleon can trigger defensive color displays. Survival for them is about space and control. In the wild, competition means risk. So they evolved to minimize conflict whenever possible. That quiet independence is part of what makes reptiles so misunderstood. For centuries, reptiles were feared. Ancient cultures saw them as symbols of danger or transformation. Snakes became mythical creatures. Dragons were inspired by reptilian forms. And chameleons? They were thought to hold mystical powers because of their color changes and strange movements. But the truth is even more impressive than myth. Reptiles survive because they conserve energy. They don't waste resources maintaining constant body heat like mammals do. They rely on external warmth from the sun. That cold-blooded design allowed reptiles to thrive in harsh environments where food was limited. They don't panic. They calculate. And when you observe a chameleon closely, you see that calm calculation in action. Every step is slow and deliberate. Every grip is secure. Every strike is measured. In captivity, they require precise care. Proper humidity, UVB lighting, temperature gradients, and a varied diet are essential. Without the right environment, their health declines quickly. This doesn't mean they are fragile. It means they are specialized. Evolution optimized them for specific conditions, and deviation from that balance causes stress. Unfortunately, habitat destruction threatens many chameleon species today. Forests disappear. Climate shifts. Illegal wildlife trade increases pressure on wild populations. Creatures that survived ancient extinction events now face modern human expansion. And that's why understanding them matters. Because when you understand a chameleon, you understand adaptation. You understand patience. You understand that survival isn't always about being the loudest or the strongest. Sometimes it's about precision and timing. When I watch a chameleon slowly rotating its eyes, scanning two worlds at once, I see something ancient staring back. A design refined over millions of years. A reminder that evolution doesn't rush. It experiments. It adjusts. It perfects. And maybe that's why we're drawn to reptiles. They feel timeless. Almost prehistoric. They move like living fossils, carrying Earth's deep history in their scales. The reptile with 360-degree vision and a lightning-fast tongue isn't just a fascinating animal. It's proof that nature's creativity has no limits. It's proof that silence can be powerful. That stillness can be strategic. That patience can be deadly. And if you ever get the chance to see a chameleon in person, don't just look at its colors. Watch its eyes. Watch its breathing. Watch the way it becomes part of its environment. You'll realize you're not just observing an animal. You're witnessing millions of years of survival in motion.